Well, we could talk about online genealogy platforms, but let's talk song. Today I'm going to listen to a triple request. The song is called Death by a Thousand Cuts. It's from Taylor Swift. It's from her album, I believe, Lover. Yes, Lover. And it was requested by two channel members, by Georgiana BS and HobbitJean, plus an additional viewer called Sydney Reynolds. So greetings to the three of you. I hope the rest of you also enjoy this. Before we start, let me thank Andrew Morgan for his amazing support here on YouTube, and JC, Prince of Wales, and Amy May over on Patreon. If the rest of you also want to contribute, please check the links in description. Now, I really want to know what the songwriting learnings from Death by a Thousand Cuts can be, so without further ado, let's get going. So interesting, because I've just reacted to My Tears Ricochet and a couple of weeks ago to So Long London, that those vocal stacking a cappella intros seem to be a thing with Taylor Swift, something that I really didn't know. Step 1, find key. I believe is the tonal center. And I believe that the first 4 notes are G sharp, F sharp, E, and B, forming a E major arpeggio with the added 9. Oh, they are offbeat ideas, something that was not spottable at the beginning, but apparently it's always after the beats. So the counting is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the melody is I think. Interesting. We already featured the chord progression in the intro. It's a little bit hidden because it's only on the left, and it's only a guitar that plays. If I have the headphones put on correctly, I think it's only on the panned to the left, the guitar. Let's find out the chord progression. I think I know what this is. I think it's a chord progression that is determined by the bass. The bass basically goes down the E major scale. We start with an E, we then go to what I believe is a B with D sharp and bass, to C sharp minor, to B, to A, to E with G sharp in bass, to F sharp minor, and then I think we have got a B sus4 to B. Look at the bass movement. So it's from E all the way down to the F sharp, and then from the F sharp we have got this tiny 2 minor 5 jazz cadence. So it's really cool that you would play with that common chord progression that is not so common in pop anymore. Cool. Really amazing contrast between this uplifting, positive chord progression and the first lyric line that says saying goodbye is death by a thousand cuts, which is not uplifting at all. Let's look at melody. Right? Doing a downward movement as well. Right? Following that pattern established by the bass. I think it's flashbacks waking me up. It's also another Taylor Swift signature melody thing, right? Do to get him. Repeat that idea. The morning comes and you're not my baby. Morning comes and you're not my baby. they have to go from G sharp to F because of the chord that's underlying, and then really funny contradiction between funny prosodic contradiction between melody, uplifting melody, and super sad lyrics. Saying goodbye is death by 1,000 cuts. Flashbacks waken me up. I get drunk, but it's not enough, 'cause the morning comes and you're not my baby. Apparently a 4-line idea where the first 3 lines rhyme, cuts up and enough, certainly rhyming with each other, and those 3 get answered by something new, 'cause the morning comes and you're not my baby. Cool. I look through the windows of this love, even though we boarded them up. It's a bit different to what we know from the beginning. So it was a downbeat melody, certainly. Saying goodbye is 1,000 dip. And now it's after the downbeat. Certainly still the same melody movement, but as I said, with a rhythmic variation because it starts after the downbeat. Ideas we know from the first half. And I believe that it will also end with right? Okay, this was maybe also the chorus that we started with, right? And not the verse. It certainly features the title of the song, which is a hint at the fact that it might be the chorus. It certainly's got hooky elements all the way through, so who knows, maybe it was the chorus all along. And after this idea, we have got this "It's Death by 1,000 Cuts" answering post-chorus idea, and the chord progression simplifies considerably. We don't have this scale downward movement all the way through, but instead we have got E, this time for a full bar. Everything before was half bars. That it does go to the B with D sharp and bass, but I think that then we only have got a 4-5 movement, so a shortened idea that is E, B, A, B. 1-5-4-5, rather bluesy and conventional. This is verse material, certainly. First difference, we start after the downbeat. Okay, cool that she would highlight the 9 of the scale. I dress to kill my time. Right? Okay, develop that original idea with that 2-note melody. Say I don't know. Say I don't know. Cool melody. So we have got say I don't know. Really, really cool. Let's look at the rhyming pattern. I dress to kill my time, I take the long way home, I ask the traffic lights if it'll be alright, they say I don't know. So actually it's a 5-line idea where we have got the rhyming pattern A, B, A, A, B. Really cool, with I ask the traffic lights if it'll be alright as kind of the condensed version where we have got 2 lines in the space of 1. And what once was ours. Certainly repeating the ideas, new words. I see you same ideas, breaking the rhyming pattern just a little bit because and what once was ours, which is the first line, does not rhyme with everywhere and share, right? So we've got and what once was ours is no one's now. I see you everywhere. The only thing we share is this small town. This time X, A, B, B, X rhyming pattern, but based on the idea and foundation of the first verse half.
You said it was a great love.
The chords are going to stay the same, I believe. New melody. You said it was a great love.
One for the ages.
One for the ages. Melody going down, melody going up.
But if the story's over,
Repeat the second idea.
why am I still writing pages?
Really cool, introducing that A in the melody as well. I think the chord progression was the same as in the verse.
Said it was a great love. One for the ages.
Yes,
'Cause saying goodbye is death by 1,000 cuts.
we know that, right? Cool. It's so beautifully contradicting the melody, the chords, and the lyrics. It's really, really happy.
I get drunk, but it's not enough. 'Cause the morning comes and you're not my baby.
I think the song and this anti-prosody represents quite nicely what a lot of people, including me before discovering Taylor Swift, think of Taylor Swift, that she is very, very shallow, but she isn't. And on the surface, everything seems happy and shiny and innocent, but the combination of lyrics and melody is just very, very powerful. I start to understand.
I look through the windows of this love, even though we boarded them up.
Also, cool idea to include this tiny rest after the word pretend,
Go in here 'cause I can't pretend it's okay when it's not.
right? Making this it's hitting even harder. 'Cause I can't pretend it's okay when it's not.
It's death by 1,000 cuts.
With that answer and repetition of the title, cool, cool, cool.
My heart, my hips, my body, my love. Trying to find a part of me that you didn't touch.
Okay, this is now second verse with completely breaking the pattern. The verse pattern was this here,
Just to kill my time.
right? The 3-line idea that then gets answered by a 4th one. This is now
My heart, my hips, my body, my love.
my heart, my hips, my body, my love. And a 4th melody idea.
Trying to find a part of me that you didn't touch. Gave up on me like I was a bad drug.
Okay. Rappy second verse that has nothing to do with the first verse, might even be a primary bridge. My heart, my hips, my body, my love, trying to find a part of me that you didn't touch. Gave up on me like I was a bad drug. Now I'm searching for signs in a haunted club. A rhyming pattern, almost a rap.
Our songs, our films, united we stand.
Our songs, our films, united we stand.
Our country, guess it was a lawless land. Quiet my fears with the touch of your hand.
Okay, the second half of this primary bridge is now B as a rhyming structure. Our songs, our films, united we stand. Our country, guess it was a lawless land. Quiet my fears with a touch of your hand. Paper cut stings from my paper thin plans. What a cool poetic line.
My time, my wine, my spirit, my trust.
Now she goes crazy on that idea. My time, my wine, my spirit, my trust.
But I'll be alright, it's just 1,000 cuts.
Really cool that she would then end this primary bridge idea with a variation of the title of the song, but I'll be alright, it's just 1,000 cuts. So this idea she develops was my time, my wine, my spirit, my trust, trying to find a part of me you didn't take up, gave you too much but it wasn't enough, but I'll be alright, it's just 1,000 cuts. Cool.
Cuts.
The guitar on my left ear now goes back to the chorus progression and also the intro progression, that bass downward thing.
I get drunk, but it's not enough. 'cause you're not my baby.
And this was the, I think, end of the first chorus idea half. Really interesting.
I look through the windows of this love.
And this is the second chorus half. Okay when it's not.
No, it's not.
Ad-lib answers.
It's death by 1,000 cuts.
Death by 1,000 cuts. Really, really beautiful motif.
Trying to find a part of me that you didn't find.
Recycling the elements. I think this was from the first third of the primary bridge, trying to find a part of me that you didn't touch. Really cool bringing together of the ideas.
My body, my love.
My Body, My Love, certainly also from this primary bridge.
But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. No, no. I asked the traffic lights if it'll be alright. They say I don't know.
I don't know all melody notes on the grid, which is also anti-prosodic because it's very assertive. They say, I don't know, right? It's not uncertain at all. Almost pissed off. I ask the traffic lights if it'll be all right. They say, I don't know, right? And
It'll be alright. They say I don't know.
I don't know. Leave me alone. This was Death by 1,000 Cuts by Taylor Swift. Quite interesting, and I'm sure we can take away more than valuable songwriting learnings. Songwriting learning number one of my favorite chord progressions, which is this downward movement in the bass, going down the whole scale. Right? It's a classic idea, right? I think it's Bach used it and all those people. Very musical, very harmonic, very cool in that regard. So this is something that we should definitely include into our songwriting toolbox, that chord progression that goes down the scale with the bass. Really, really something. Songwriting learning number two, really interesting 5-line verse where, for example, in verse number 1, it says, I dress to kill my time, I take the long way home, I ask the traffic lights if it'll be all right, they say I don't know. Where basically we have got this idea, 2-note melody. Right? This now gets developed a little bit. Right? Where we go down instead of up. And then we have got this first melodic motif, but we double it. And then they say I don't know. Right? So we've got a 2-note melody that gets developed and that forms this beautiful 5-line idea. So really, really cool, something that we should also consider. And songwriting learning number 3, it's about anti-prosody. It's a super uplifting chord progression and melody, a simple pop song on the surface, but combined with the very, very harsh lyrics, form a very deep and heart-hitting song.
Saying goodbye is death by 1,000 cuts.
Okay, saying goodbye is death by 1,000 cuts, and everything is happy. So something that is really, really interesting, and something that is that additional layer of Taylor Swift that I didn't really know before, and that I'm starting to appreciate a lot. And this was my live reaction and on-the-fly analysis of Taylor Swift's Death by 1,000 Cuts. Thanks again to Georgiana BS, HobbitJean, and Sydney Reynolds for suggesting that song. If you liked my video, please make sure to like the video, to subscribe to the Let's Talk Song channel, and to leave friendly comments, maybe also suggesting other songs, maybe Taylor Swift songs, maybe other songs that you would like me to analyze. Thanks also to Andrew Morgan, active supporter here on YouTube, and JC, Prince of Wales, and Amy May over on Patreon. If the rest of you also want to help financially, I suggest you check the links in description. I guess we've talked song. You can talk about online genealogy platforms now. Bye bye!